Greetings, mathematicians. We've got a new lesson today. Let's take a look at our table of contents. It is 8:20, and the title today is Fractions Greater Than 1. We talked a little bit about greater than symbol in the last lesson with comparing fractions. So we're looking at a fraction that's going to have a value bigger than 1 whole. Our page number is 5L and 5R. Let's flip to the correct page, and I have some stuff framed out today for this video, but I want to focus on the little things. So in the corner, I want to make sure I number all of my pages. This is 5 left, and on the next one, 5 right. Awesome. For the sake of these videos, I want to make them shorter, so I'm going to start to frame out some of the things and fill them in as we go. I need some trusty colored pens. All right. And our title, we know from the table of contents, Unit 1, Lesson 5, if you're following along in Think Central, or when we get our softcover consumable books, we can go back and practice a few of these problems. This is fractions greater than 1. All right. And let's see. Our objective will be pretty easy to hit today. We're going to identify again, that's something we're going to do visually. I want to see it. We're going to identify fractions and improper fractions using visual models. All right, read it with me, please. Zoom in. I will identify fractions and improper fractions using visual models. So our buzzwords in here right now, clearly we're looking at something that we already know. We know what a fraction is. It's a part of a whole. Part over a whole. Improper fraction, I guess it's a fraction that uses foul language. No, it's not. So it has something to do with the structure. So in a fraction, we have the part over the whole. There's going to be something a little different when we talk about it. Now, as far as the target here, we're talking about visual models. So we will be doing some drawings. So we will be drawing some fractions, maybe some bars, 3 parts, 3. So we will be doing some drawing on the next page. All right, our vocabulary. We've talked about fractions, but I really want to jump into this idea that the fraction is also a division operation. Oops. It's also division. Now, we can demonstrate this because we know we have a fraction bar, but if we put a dot over the fraction bar and a dot under the fraction bar, what operation do we see? That's right, we see division. So literally, it's a division problem, a numerator over a denominator. So let's take a simple fraction like 1/4. So we're taking 1 and dividing it into 4 pieces. So you're getting 1/4 of the whole. So anytime we see a division problem, anytime we see a fraction, we also want to remember that it is related or interrelated to division. So we've got our part, we've got our whole, other names, top thingy, numerator, bottom thingy, denominator. but really we're talking part and whole. And this is the terminology we need so we can understand what an improper fraction is. Let's zoom out a little bit. An improper fraction, I'm going to stick with the same denominator. So the total amount would be 4. So if we had one whole, it would be 4 over 4. So 4 over 4 equals 1 whole. This is not an improper fraction. Now, what we want to talk about is what happens when the number above, let's go with 7, is greater than the total. This is the improper fraction. Because by definition of fraction, it's part and whole. Improper fraction, we've got a bigger number on top than the bottom number. So really, this would look like, so 1 whole with a denominator of 4 is 4 over 4 plus something else. So how do I go from 4 to 7? What would I have to add? 3. So denominator stays the same. It's the numerators. If I took 3/4 and added 4/4 to it, I would get 7/4. Now, a term that we need to have in our vocabulary, in our lexicon, is mixed number. And depending on the math textbook or math teacher, they might call it this. They might call it a mixed fraction. This is a synonym for mixed number. And we're going to look at the same example down here. If we have a mixed number, we said that 7/4 is 4/4 plus 3/4. So it's 4 over 4 plus 3 over 4. How we write a mixed number is quite easy. We take the 4 over 4 and we just rewrite it as 1 whole. And then the leftover, the remaining pieces, we just bring it down. So we say it's, no, Mr. McNeil, it's not 7/4, it's 1 3/4. Now, here's the beautiful thing about 5th grade. If and when we ever take an SBAC test, 1 3/4 will be accepted as as a possible answer. So you can start to give either a mixed fraction or mixed number or an improper fraction and still be correct. So these are interrelated terms. They are connected. All right. Let's cruise on over for another visual example, because remember our target here, our objective is talking about doing drawings, and so far we've just done procedure and process. This one will be real quick and real easy. How much of the whole is shaded? So how many pieces? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. That tells me my denominator. Now, what I want to know is the part. Now, this could go one of two ways. What is the part that is shaded yellow? 1 of 4. I could ask this and say, how much of the circle is not shaded yellow? That would be 1, 2, 3/4. So this is a fraction. Small number on top, big number on the bottom. And let's stick with that same example of 7 over 4. Let's do a visual representation. So we're talking about 4s, right? Do I have enough showing here? No, I've got 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. I can go in, I can just 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Now I have more than 1. Remember that title, fractions that are greater than 1. I'm going to need another model. And when I'm doing fractions in my notebooks, I just kind of grab whatever is circular that's nearby. This is a spare roll of tape. So whatever you have, if you've got a quarter or $50, something wonderfully round, you can use it. On the previous page on 5L, we decided that it was 4/4 plus how many fourths to get to 7/4? It was a quarter, and a quarter makes 3/4. So we're going to come through and we're going to say, I want that one, and that one. So here's our visual representation. It's 7/4 or 1 whole and 1, 2, 3 fourths. Both are correct. I'm very excited about this. You can tell by the exclamation points. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Prodigy. You will have 12 questions. And when you come back, we are going to use that nifty fraction website, and we're all going to build some proper and improper fractions. So I will see you back in Zoom after Prodigy. Alrighty, keep equating, and yeah, look for more than one way to solve it. That's where the fun thinking is.